Alright, it's another week, another episode. And I don't mean to make that sound like it's something I don't enjoy, because I do like the series. I think I might just be getting a little sick. So, my normal level of low enthusiasm will potentially be even lower today. But this is what's called the reversal episode, I guess. So, I have no idea what to call for this. Like, I think the toys have already revealed there's something called reversal. Whatever that card is supposed to be. So, I'm not even gonna hold this out. Let's just go ahead and find out. Well, if that isn't the laziest clear card, and maybe possibly laziest card we've had so far, I mean, the decks have had some pretty dumb cards in them, like Silent, but this one is probably even more useless. There's almost no purpose in being able to turn things upside down. This was totally just a power parallel, because like when power showed up, all it did was break stuff and try to flip an elephant. I imagine that's what reversal would have done if there had been an elephant nearby. But yeah, this episode was, like, I guess it's bound to happen that when you have two episodes that are like really good, you're gonna have one where the momentum's gonna be broken, and that's this one. Certainly nothing like awful about it or anything. It's pretty par for the course. Boy, I can't even talk about this episode. Like, nothing happens, to be entirely honest. They go to school, they talk about math. There's a math lesson. And then, okay. So the first 5 or 6 minutes of this episode have nothing going on. Then we actually do get some meat. Shaoran encounters Yuna, and he's all suspicious about him, as he should be, because Yuna is clearly, bad. And then he goes right home and Skypes with Ariel, because Ariel and Shaoran are working together behind the scenes for something, while Ariel is just ignoring Sakura. So, I'm sure she'd feel very bad to find that out, or she will. I imagine they'll let her in on this at the end of the series. But they explain the whole Yuna D, which is something that I kind of thought about way earlier when he was introduced in the manga, because I was like, Yuna D, is he any relation to Phi D Flower, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? The D moniker is probably, that's probably a thing. But they don't really mention anything else about that. Then we go home, and then Sakura runs out to go and catch Reversal, which has been turning things upside down at the park. Other things to say about this episode in general, like, there's so little substance to it, I can't talk too much. Yeah, the Ariel and Shaoran stuff is interesting. I think maybe you get a little foreshadowing to this card, because, like, during the phone call with Ariel, like, you see him, like, he still has his magic where he can open things and move chairs. Like, he's using magic the way, like, an experienced magic user should, just doing little things around him. It's like, yeah, I can't be bothered to leave this Skype call, but here, I'll open the door, I'll move this chair over so you can sit down. I'd probably pour the tea, if I really wanted to show off. Something interesting that isn't really pertaining to the episode specifically, but pertaining to the series in general, like, the other day in a chat that I'm in, we were discussing, like, Sakura's clothing options, or her outfits, how it seems like throughout the series her outfits have been getting more feminine, or getting more grown up. But this episode, she was actually wearing something fairly gender neutral, where she had, like, the top and then she had the jeans on, and I'm not knocking it at all. I like to see some extra variety. Like, I have noticed that yeah, a lot of her outfits are very, very girly, but that's not really out of the ordinary for Sakura. Some people thought, like, she used to dress more boyish in elementary school. I never really got that vibe. I'm pretty sure her outfits were all over the place. And in this series too, I think, like, they've generally been all over the place, but I think there is a little more variety in the anime now. Yeah, beyond that, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about this one. Reversal itself is a nothing card. I can't imagine how often she's ever going to use this. Fighting Reversal was also, like, it was a face-palmy moment, because it was like, okay, you got flipped upside down when you tried to catch it. What do you have in your deck that allows you to move through three-dimensional space with no effort? Oh yeah, flight. Like, I said in the last one where I like that gravitation is being used, but like flight is infinitely more useful than gravitation. So I don't know why she doesn't always just go right into battle with that. It's like, just use flight every time. Like, there's no reason to use any other card for movement. And I mean, it doesn't look bad when you use it either. It's got the little lacy butterfly wing thing going on, but wow, yeah, I've got nothing to say. I'm stretching. This episode was so nothing. Not bad, but like, even series that I like this one has nothing episodes. You had 70 episodes of the original series. Only about, I don't know, 50 of them are really like good high energy episodes, and you had a bunch that were just filler, just because they had a good idea, and then realized that idea couldn't fill the whole time slot. So let's talk about what next episode is. Next episode is another filler episode. It's the Icy Sports competition episode. They're gonna have a sports day, and this is, I think, the last of the toy spoiled cards is coming up. It's a thing called Hail. So yeah, that would appear to be what we're going to get. We're going to get a Hail card, which is interesting because we had a Rain and we had a... You know what? I just realized the other actual good thing that happened in this episode. This episode was the first one that introduces the concept that Sakura and the rest of the crew are keying into the fact that, oh, these clear cards resemble a lot of cloud cards. She's sitting there in class thinking about it. It's like watery and aqua and windy and gale. It's like, yeah, that's been a theory of the fan base for a while, but I'm glad the characters have caught up on what is pretty obvious. And then, yeah, like I said earlier, I guess Reversal would be kind of like Power, just in terms of execution. After all, Power was the one... Oh yeah, Power was the original penguin flipper. No one ever explains where that big pit went when Ariel made that big pit full of sheep. She just kind of moved the penguin back over. It looks like they changed the base on the penguin too. Like back in the original series, it was just a circle of like straight cement, but this time it was like a bunch of cubes. I don't know if that's like an animation thing or whatever, but and maybe they had to change it because it's like, someone keeps moving this penguin. We got to put something heavier on there. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's the only other notable thing that happened in this episode. There's so little of this one. So I'm going to stop rambling about how little substance there is and just hope that next week there will be more stuff going on. At the very least, there will be sports games. So Sakura will play basketball and Shaoran and Akiho will play badminton. We'll figure out which one of them is better, because Shaoran is naturally good at lots of things and Akiho has apparently been playing tennis for a long time, and tennis and badminton are basically the same thing. So I guess I'll just see you next week. Bye.